Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So for those of you that don't know, in The Walking Dead Season 9, there is this big event that's about to happen where the Whisperers basically kill 12 different characters. They decapitate them and put their walker heads on sticks. It is going to happen. It's a huge moment in the comics. Similar to Negan killing Glenn, it's just a huge moment. It has to happen. It just kind of has to happen, and it's pretty much been confirmed that it's happening in season 9, episode 15, because of the episode titles and episode synopsis that have been released. Now, this is not a spoiler leak. It's not anything being leaked. It's an officially released thing. The spoiler titles, not spoiler titles, episode titles and episode synopsis. These are officially released. So in the episode synopsis of episode 16 of season 9, it says something like, after a huge loss, the characters must deal with a blizzard. And then I think in the synopsis for episode 15 of season 9, it says that there's going to be the fair. So without a doubt, the heads on spikes will be happening in episode 15. And in the comics, the two major deaths are Ezekiel and Rosita. So I think that it will be the same. I think that Ezekiel and Rosita are going to get their comic deaths. Now, I like Rosita. I mean, I love Rosita, and I like Ezekiel. Ezekiel's pretty interesting. He's a character that I would like to see survive his comic death, but I just kind of doubt it. I mean, there's a kind of a rule in The Walking Dead: don't be happy, because if you're happy, you die. You know, it happened with Abraham and Sasha. They were happy. They died. It happened with Herschel. He was happy because he kept everyone strong during the flu, and he saved a lot of lives. And, you know, he died 5 minutes later. Being happy tends to get you killed on the show. And right now, Rosita and Ezekiel are pretty happy. I mean, Rosita had this big dramatic scene with music in the background where she's, like, grinning and she's happy. And she and Gabriel are going to raise this child together. And, you know, she's with the man that she wants to be with. And she seems happy and complete. And she's about to have a baby. So, yeah, she's probably going to die. Same with Ezekiel. You know, they had that whole dramatic thing where he's getting this projector for the fair, you know, so that they can show a movie, and he and Carol have this big romantic scene where they're kissing in front of the projector light, and Ezekiel just seems really happy right now. And like I said, being happy gets you killed on this show. I don't know if Angela Kang, since she's like the new big writer of the show right now, if she might change that, mix it up, but I still think Rosita and Ezekiel are going to get their comic deaths. I still think Rosita and Ezekiel are going to be heads on spikes, and they will be killed in season 9, episode 15. It's not because I want it to happen. I just have a bad feeling that it will happen, and I don't want to make the mistake that I made with Glenn and Abraham. When Glenn and Abraham died, I thought, oh, they're so awesome. The actors that play Glenn and Abraham are so awesome. There's no way they're going to die like they die in the comics. Glenn and Abraham will be in all-out war, and they're awesome characters. They're two of the best characters in the show right now. There's no way the show will kill them off. And then they did. They killed them off, just like the comics. Pretty much the same as the comics. The only difference is Abraham lived like 2 issues longer in the show, basically. He lives like a little bit longer in the show. Big whoop. Basically, Glenn and Abraham, two fan favorite characters that are highly beloved by fans, basically die the same way as they die in the comics. So basically, it just comes down to, I want to be prepared for Ezekiel and Rosita to die. I don't want them to die, but I don't want to make the mistake that I made with Glenn and Abraham. I don't want to be burned like I was with Glenn and Abraham. I don't want to have an open heart and an open mind and be like, oh, they'll survive their comic deaths because they're played by actors and they're not drawings on paper like they were in the comics. You know, it's a bigger deal to kill them off because both Ezekiel and Rosita are better in the show than they are in the comics. But Glenn and Abraham were the same. They were better in the show than they were in the comics, and they still got their comic death. So apparently being better it doesn't matter, even though the show does remix things from the comics and it does change things from the comics, but Glenn and Abraham were kept the same as far as dying goes. So I feel like if they're going to kill Glenn and Abraham pretty much the same way, they're going to kill Ezekiel and Rosita pretty much in the same way. The only thing that I feel like would give either one of them a chance of surviving is the departure of Rick, Maggie, and Michonne. I mean, Michonne hasn't left yet. She's leaving in season 10. But, you know, the unexpected departure of all these main actors, that might give a character like Ezekiel or Rosita some extra room. I don't know. That's probably the only thing that would give them so much as a fighting chance of surviving the heads on spikes. But I just don't want to get my hopes up. I just want to be like, I'm guarded now, you know, like I'm guarded. I don't want to be hoping that they live, you know, expecting them to live and being all open-minded about it, because I did that with Glenn and Abraham, and it was rough. I don't want to go through that again. So I'm just kind of expecting Rosita and Ezekiel to die. I don't want it to happen. I love both characters, but yeah, I think it's going to happen. They're too happy right now. I just think it's going to happen. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now, we are at 399 subscribers. My goal is to get to 400, so we are 1 subscriber away from that 400 goal. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Once we get to 400, I will be making a video celebrating 400 subscribers. Can't wait to do that. Can't wait to get to 400. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.